Look, let's be real for a second. You probably think you're in control of your choices. You choose where to shop, where to live, what to buy. But what if I told you that you're living inside a billion-dollar trap? I'm talking about a system so perfectly designed that you don't even feel the bars. In fact, you actually love it because it's just so convenient. On one hand, you've got a tiny island, Singapore. In 1965, they were literally kicked out of their own country. No water, no army, nothing. Today, they are richer than almost every nation on Earth. On the other hand, you've got a guy who started selling books from a garage using a door as a desk. Today, his company makes $1.2 million every single minute. This isn't just about success. This is a blueprint, a strategy. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on how Amazon and Singapore built the invisible infrastructure of the world. They didn't just build a business or a city. They built a trap that the entire world now pays rent to live in. Let's dive in. Every empire has a day zero, where it almost ended before it began. Picture this, August 9th, 1965. Lee Kuan Yew, the founder of Singapore, is on national TV. And he's crying. Actual tears. Why? Because Singapore had just been expelled from Malaysia. Imagine being a tiny island with no natural resources, not even enough fresh water to keep your people alive, and your neighbors are basically waiting for you to fail. Now, jump to 2000. The dot-com bubble just burst. Amazon's stock is face-planting, falling from $100 to just $6. People are calling it Amazon.toast. Jeff Bezos is watching his dream evaporate. But here's the thing about these two. When most people panic, they get surgical. Lee Kuan Yew realized that if Singapore didn't have oil or gold, they had to become the resource. Bezos realized that if he couldn't just be a store, he had to become the entire internet. They both stopped trying to sell things and started building the infrastructure that everyone else would eventually need to survive. This is part one of the trap, the toll booth. Singapore looked at the map and saw a gold mine. Every ship going from Europe to China has to pass through their waters. So they didn't just build a port, they built the best port in the world. They became a global toll booth. You want to trade in Asia? You pay Singapore. You want to refine oil? You pay Singapore. Bezos did the exact same thing with AWS, Amazon Web Services. Most people think Amazon makes money from boxes on porches. Wrong. They make the real money by renting out the internet. Think about it. When you watch Netflix or use NASA data, you are using Amazon's servers. Even their biggest competitors like Walmart have had to pay rent to Amazon just to stay online. This is the ultimate power move. You don't have to win every business battle when you own the battlefield. You just sit back and collect the toll from everyone else. Okay, so they own the roads, but how do they keep us inside? This is where it gets a little scary. It's called the lock-in. Take Amazon Prime. When it launched in 2005, Wall Street thought Bezos was insane. Free shipping, you'll go bankrupt. But Bezos knew something they didn't. Prime is a psychological trap. Once you pay that yearly fee, your brain changes. You stop comparing prices. You think, well, I've already paid for Prime, I might as well order everything from there. You aren't choosing Amazon anymore. You've been conditioned to use it. Singapore did this with their citizens through the CPF, Central Provident Fund. It's a forced savings account. The government takes a chunk of your pay, but then they let you use it to buy a government-built apartment. The result? Over 80% of Singaporeans own their homes. Now, if your home, your savings, and your healthcare are all tied to the government system, are you ever going to leave? Probably not. You're locked in for the long haul. Now, let's talk about the cost, because no unstoppable strategy comes without a dark side. At Amazon, the mantra is, "Your margin is my opportunity." They watch which products do well on their site, and then, using that data, they launch their own version, Amazon Basics, and bury the original seller. It's a platform that literally devours its own ecosystem. In Singapore, the trade-off was Asian values, which basically means order over freedom. Lee Kuan Yew didn't care about free speech if the country was failing. He banned chewing gum, imposed heavy fines for littering, and kept a tight grip on the media. His argument? You can have free speech in a failing country, or you can have prosperity in an orderly one. Most people chose the money and the safety. Both systems are built on ruthless efficiency. Whether it's a warehouse worker being tracked by a scanner or a citizen following strict laws, the machine only works if everyone plays their part perfectly. So, what's the lesson here for us sitting at home watching this on our phones? Think about it. And if you want to know the optimal order to start building your own financial foundation, check out our video on the step-by-step investment guide. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.